What is going on, guys? Andrew Acevedo here, back with another video. Second video of the day. This is going to be a late night upload because this needs to happen. And this is more of a rant and also what the Mets should do. They are not going to do this because the Mets are going to be conservative and probably call up Jake Blake and or whatever the hell his name is, or bring back Brennan Drury to play third base. They can just bring him back up. Wow, that's a great way to start this video. Pretty much, the Mets have lost again, and they've been shut out again for, I think, the fourth time in the past week. Pretty much got one hit through until it was 2 outs in the ninth, and James McCann hit a double. And that one hit was a pinch-hitting Jared Eichhoff, who pitched yesterday, an infield single. And that was the only hit until 2 outs in the ninth. James McCann hit a double. Who cares? Kevin Pillar just hits missiles to end games. So, pretty much, and just throw some more insult to injury. Now, Marcus Stroman was pulled out with a hip flexor, so that's our second now, technically, we had Carrasco and Syndergaard, and Luke Casey, who was out, now needs Tommy John, and now Marcus Stroman had a hip flexor left the game, with Jerry's Familia being injured, with Robert Giselle being injured, with Jonathan VR injured, but who knows if he's on the IL. That's kind of the reason why I'm making this video, is the Jonathan VR injury. Francisco Lindor can't hit the freaking water if he fell out of a boat. Pete Alonso's gone missing. You know, Dom Smith's the only guy in this lineup. Michael Conforto was supposed to be called up today, and then he wasn't because of the weather. They've lost, they're losing ground on their division lead. I think now it's like 3 games. The Phillies lost, so I think it's 4 still over the Phillies, but then I think it's 4 over everybody. The Nationals won, and the Braves obviously beat the Mets. The past 48 hours, they get a win with Jacob deGrom coming back, which is great. Lose the second half of a doubleheader, look abysmal. Look abysmal again. Have to throw Yenisei Diaz, and bullpen is now dead. Going into tomorrow, Tyler McGillney is making his major league debut, so we don't know how long he can go, and our bullpen is dead. So, I love that we haven't even gotten to the thumbnail and the title of the video yet, but again, I'll put rant because I need to rant right now, and Mets Weekly is on Thursday, and I can't wait. So this is a rant plus the Baty video. We'll get to that in a second, but this team is still in first place. I don't want to hear who's still in first. That lead is slowly getting smaller and smaller, and if they do not make a change, they're going to be out of first place, especially now. You still got one more tomorrow with the Braves, and then you have a day off, and your last day off until the All-Star break, and then 4 with the Phillies. And then 1 with the Braves, one makeup game with the Nationals, and then 3 more with the Braves, and then we're playing the Yankees. And I think it's the Giants and the Pirates before the All-Star break. Don't quote me on the Giants, but I know the Pirates play the Pirates before the All-Star break. That's not fun, and it is definitely not fun when you only have 2 starting pitchers that you can trust and David Peterson. If Stroman goes on the DL, this is going to be a rough next week and a half to the break. And I even said on Elias's Big Apple Baseball Banter show on Wednesday, man, we could really fatten our lead up. I really thought that. We can go into Washington, win 3 out of 4, split with the Braves, which we still technically can do, and then the Phillies would come in and we would have a day off in the middle. Well, hell, I don't even know if we're going to have a team by the Phillies series. All of that out of the way. Let's finally get into a video, which is going to technically be a rant because the Mets aren't going to do this. The Jonathan VR injury could open up an opportunity for Brett Baty. And I mean this, they're not going to do this. They're going to call up Jake Hager. Oh, no, Jake Hager was claimed. Brennan Drury, because they optioned him today. They can easily bring him back up. Or Travis Blakenhorn, or because he actually hit a couple homers in AAA, who cares? Because they're going to go the conservative route. You can also say, Andrew, what about Mark Vientos? Shouldn't he have been the guy ahead of Brett Baty, which technically Vientos is in Binghamton. In AA, he's all same age, and now he is in AA this year. Having an average season, hitting .240, a 772 OPS, 7 homers, 22 RBIs. Could be a guy, why isn't Vientos? Because for me, I don't think Vientos is really any good. His career OPS, in 2018 was 878 OPS. He's always around the 700 OPS for his career. Doesn't hit for a lot of power. So for me, I don't see Vientos as anything special. That's just me. If you look at his stats, he really isn't that good. I know he might. Does he draw a lot of walks? Because he didn't. He draws about not even really, but doesn't in the spring training he drew a lot of walks, but for his career not really. I mean, he walks. He strikes out more than he walks. Especially in 2019, 110 strikeouts to 22 walks. So this year he's at 45 strikeouts to 11 walks. So, even the little spring training site isn't really what he is. So you could call up Mark Vientos because he's higher, but for me, the guy the Mets need to call up is Brett Baty. And I will say this, he could be Michael Conforto of 2015. Go back to 2015. Before the Mets made the trades, their offense was stuttering just like it is now. They made the aggressive decision to call up Michael Conforto when he was only in Double A for a couple weeks. Yes, Brett Baty is only in High A, but obviously he lost the year during COVID. If he didn't lose the year, and he was at the alternate site, he was with the scrubs and on the alternate site, so he did play, but he didn't play a full season obviously because of COVID. Most minor leaguers didn't. But Brett Baty's just different. He could be the Conforto of last year. Go back to the Conforto point. In 2015, before they made the trades, they called up Conforto, kind of rushed him. They skipped AAA and just called him straight up. And that was the first big deal decision that Sandy made to turn that team to a World Series team. They called up Conforto because they felt he was ready offensively. And guess what? He did it, and he was a big producer. Hits 2 home runs in the World Series. Hits a couple homers against the Dodgers. Comes up clutch. Obviously now is one of the faces of the team. Brett Baty's the same way. I feel confident in saying Brett Baty could be the Conforto, and this offense is stuttering. He could produce offensively this year. 36 game with Brooklyn in High A, hitting .320 and .955 OPS, 5 homers, 31 RBIs, 3 steals, which add that, I didn't realize he had that much wheels. 34 strikeouts to 22 walks. So again, he's drawing a lot of walks. I mean, he has more strikeouts to walk, but it's really not that much. Only in 36 games played. He's got 9 doubles, and he's got the 5 homers. So he drives the ball, and I'll probably have highlights playing above this. He's got one of the sweetest swings I've ever seen. It's kind of like a Freddie Freeman kind of swing. Maybe kind of like a combination of like a Joey Gallo and a Freddie Freeman. That's like his swing. He goes the other way extremely well. I've seen since he hit all 5 home runs in the month of June. It seemed like every day in June I went on Twitter and he hit another homer. And a lot of balls have gone to left field. He can pull the ball. He can hit to all fields. You guys saw in spring training against the Cardinals, couple extra base hits to the opposite field. I feel his offensive production is ready to be in the big leagues. Will they do this? Of course they won't. Obviously, he has not gone to Double A. He's only seen High A pitching, and the Mets are not going to start his clock. They won't. Is it the right decision to call him up? No. But is it something to do that this team needs something offensively? I don't care. Conforto will be back tomorrow. Hopefully. Who knows? If it rains again, who knows if Conforto is going to be here. This offense is studying, and one guy can do something, yes. Could Conforto come in? But this offense is dead. There's something wrong with this offense, and some young blood coming up to the big leagues, and if he succeeds, gets the guys going with his young. He's 21. So again, he was drafted older. I believe he was drafted out of high school. Let me see if they got it. Drafted out of high school, Lake Travis High School. So he was a younger guy, but he's 21 now. You keep him in single. Let's just say play this season. This is the way they're probably gonna play it. Plays the rest of the year. Maybe by July he goes up to Binghamton. Plays Binghamton the rest of the year. Plays again in Binghamton. Maybe he gets up to Syracuse at the end of next year, and then plays another half year. So that's still 2 more years that this guy's gonna be ready, and he's not gonna be able to play until probably his age 23, 24 season. So again, Juan Soto's a great example. I'm not saying Brett Baty's Juan Soto. I'm not saying that. But his offensive capability, I haven't really watched every AB that I don't know. Like, he has an elite eye at the plate. I mean, he has a lot of walks. He strikes out a little more than he walks, but it's not by much. He puts the ball in play. He could be someone who can be fast tracked, and especially I know JD Davis is coming back. We were trying to get rid of him, and we were trying to replace him beforehand, and I just think it's something. Instead of going out and trading assets to get an external option, this could be a guy internally the Mets can call up and take a chance, try to make something out of this kid. He's hitting. They need something. And you don't want to trade prospects? Okay, you have a guy in-house, and Jonathan VR, who knows? Maybe he's fine and maybe he's back in the lineup tomorrow. But if he goes on the IL and maybe he's out long term, I just feel Brett Baty should be the guy that gets called. Will he? Of course not. It'll probably be Brendan Drury. But I wanted to make this video, one, to rant a little bit at the beginning of the video, but also talk about Brett Baty, because I do firmly believe if he keeps hitting, he needs to be here. You don't have to trade for anybody at third base. Just call the kid up, because I feel this kid can rake. Leave in the comments section down below, what do you think of Brett Baty? Am I crazy to think the Mets should call him up right now? Obviously, I think most people are going to say it's too early. I just firmly feel that the Mets need something and try to do something. If you're going to trade for a third baseman, you have a guy who's hitting already in the system. Why give up the assets when you can just call him up? And if he hits and he sticks and he turns into Conforto 2.0 or Juan Soto, where he just takes off running from the gate, look what you got. And you're going to get the guy younger instead of wasting, getting him up at age 24, having the 6 years. And I know it's all about the control, but who knows? I'm also there's going to be a lockout next year, and I do want to see Brett Baty. I don't want him to lose another year, so I want Brett Baty up here. Will he? Of course not. Leave in the comment section down below. What do you guys think? Should the Mets call up Brett Baty or if you're a Mark Vientos guy, leave in the comment section down below. Why do you think, or which one you think should be up? Or do you think the Mets should just stay conservative and go Brendan Drury back, or try to acquire like a low-end guy at the deadline? Who knows? The Mets... We'll talk about it probably on Mets Weekly on Thursday, Frank About Sports. I left it linked. Also, check out the last video I talked about 7 guys, part 2 of 7 guys the Mets need to trade for. Part 3 will probably come out within the next 2 weeks. I'll put out part 3. But obviously, check out Mets Weekly on Frank About Sports channel at 7 o'clock on Thursday. Thank you guys for watching. Please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe. More Mets content coming out. Maybe some streams eventually coming back. I'm thinking of I gotta figure out some times for some streams, but those will come probably pretty soon. So thank you guys. Please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. It's time for Brett Baty.